Good evening, everybody, and fellow travelers on the spaceship Earth. It is I, Mr. Echo. Echo, Echo, Echo. Okay, this could be way too much fun. Holy hee-hoo! Hello? Okay. The reason we're getting an echo is because I've set up my phone over there so we can work on cells. So, let's begin that. Not that way. That way. There we go. All right. I'm also not seeing anybody on Discord. Hoping that it's the right place. I'm not sitting out on the duck pond. No, it's sitting on the duck pond. See, that's not what I wanted to do. I need somebody who knows about Discord to log in. It is Necobus, and now you're here, Brent. You can help me. And yes, I'm echoing. Echo. Echo, echo, echo. On Discord, now that I'm the voice of God, this is the voice of God. Okay, I'm way too obsessed with my echo. On Discord, I've added a channel called Stream-Archive. And right now, Discord is adding everything that's here into the duck pond. And I'd rather that it put it out on Stream Archive. Do you know how to do that? That was the next important question. So, the person that set that up is me. And I don't remember what it said. Oh, I know why. Now you can hear me from over here. And of course, in doing so now, it has borked the streamy thingy. The whole point was so I could read this. Okay, so now back over here. Although there's a place called Nikko in Japan, and it's a great place, so there's probably a bus to it. It'd be a Nikko bus. The question really is, do you have access to the other channels? The next question is, can you hear me over here? Here. It's an important question. Inquiring minds wanted to know. Problem, of course, is that if I don't stay over here and do this job, this is like watching paint dry. No. As much fun as it would be to spend an hour and a half on Restream chat, that's not a good thing to do during a show. I was hoping you could figure out how to change the bot from being on the duck pond, which is what I set it up as, because I'm an idiot, and set it up to I'm hoping Jackson's got the keys to get in. I am very far away from the master control panels. If you are not Jackson, you may have to PM me on Facebook. There we go. I heard a join noise, but then I haven't seen somebody, which I assume means somebody is stuck over there in the green room. Oh, wait. I'll be right there. I'll put this away while we're at it. Yep, correct. You're stuck over there in the green room. You're stuck over there in the green room. Well, I'm not going to click allow. But we have learned that this is not showing new things on here because it is now decided that whatever is the story, it needs to be rebooted. Dang it. Some of those dumb things that makes me mad. Everything you do messes up the page. Okay, nice. That wasn't super complicated enough. Hey, Brent, would you just type anything into the chat just so I can see whether I can see the chat? Because, of course, it crashed because I did anything. Touch any button and it will crash. And then, oops, something happened. You'll have to reload the whole page. And then I reload the page. Knocks me out of there. Okay, good. Thank you. As long as I don't touch my phone or check anything or look at anything or adjust anything in any way, shape, form, or fashion, it'll be fine. My compliance meeting that I was with went over by a lot. And I have noticed that we didn't do very good in compliance last year. So the answer that the state has was to give us more paperwork. And I'm like, how is that going to make us more in compliance with our paperwork? Doesn't that just mean that we're going to make more mistakes? I feel like that's going to be what's going to happen. But you know, compliance paperwork is the thing that I hate the most about my job. I love teaching kids. I love being with kids and hanging out with them, and I love being the guy who's responsible for them to drive well on the roads. I love all of that. I hate compliance paperwork. Massive amount of hate. What do I need to do to give you the level of permissions? If you are willing to do this. Are you willing to do this? This your mission, should you choose to accept it. Is to be willing to do this. Oh, hi. Exactly. Owner only thing. Okay. Hang on. Problem, of course, is acrylics are only malleable while they're not quite dry. The moment they become dry, the moment they become a real difficult problem child to deal with. I don't want this. Okay, well, give me a minute and I will go over there in just a second. I just need to cover my paint because I can't have it drying out while I do this. All right. Edit bot. Is that the restream bot then? Profile? Manage integration? Profile, manage integration. What am I doing?
Well.
Well. Look who's here.
Right.
The non-echoey person.
Non-echoey. Oh, it might be me because I have my desktop audio on. There we go. Now it shouldn't echo. That might have been me.
No, it's me. It is very much server settings, apps.
Alright, where was I? I forget.
App directory? No.
Do 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 do. Let's see
I don't have apps.
It's cool hearing like the S echo. Yeah.
I'm so easily entertained.
Me too.
Is it maybe roles? I don't see the apps. I never realized how loud I was until now. Let's see what's in apps either. Oh, because maybe it's just not in the right thing. Delete server. Let's not push somebody. That seems bad. Maybe it's integrations? It's integrations. Okay. So we're going to oh, I see. So apps is a subheading. And we're going to come to the stream bottom.
Okay, now I can actually see things. Alright. Now I need to remember where I left off. Oh yeah, now I remember. I need to actually open up this page in... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so was browsing through Instagram, and I heard about this amazing idea for like a bad guy or a villain in D&D. It's called the Unyielding Goose.
The Unyielding Goose?
Yes. So it starts out as an ordinary goose that follows everyone around. However, every time you kill it, it comes back slightly bigger. And eventually, the goose is the size of Godzilla. And the catch is you can't kill it the same way twice. And it never stays dead. It always comes back. That's the Unyielding Goose. So eventually you have this Godzilla-sized goose that you have to figure out how to dispatch.
Nice. This microphone is really good.
I thought about using that somehow in my manga, like just for the lulz. Or in a manga just for the lulz. Because it sounds hilarious. It's like a Hydra, but goose. There's a page here that talks about the Wakusen, and I'm trying to find it.
And welcome new members with onboarding. I have to be careful how much I turn up my microphone. My cool.
Oh, did it throw me back to the beginning? could have sworn I took a picture of this. I can't find it.
This is really interesting. Like, I'm looking through all the Discord things I can do.
Oh, and it's still like echoing?
Well, now it's doing onboarding, yeah. While I wait for Brent to figure out what I'm supposed to do to change the bot.
Hmm.
Well, he's looking something up. While he's looking something up, I will continue to get back to work.
I found it. Found the paper I was looking for. Alright. Let's see. The data that I have about the Waxen is a little different than what Chunk says. Vertical gap should be
Are you talking about pages?
Yeah, so I found a book, and it's basically it runs like a mangaka. It basically goes through his learning experience and teaches you step by step like what their standards are for manga.
Wow.
Like jump standards, yeah. And it even goes over like how to actually like submit things to them and like what they look for like editorially and stuff. It's really, really cool. And so I'm using it to compare to the stuff. Hey, Brent.
Did you? Is Brent here, and are you letting him in?
I can let him in.
Does he need to be let in?
Do I need to let him in?
I don't know. Brent, do you need to be let in? Brent, do you need to be let in? Asking for a friend. I don't know whether he's joining to help or he's joining to... Oh, yeah, let him in.
Okay, I'll learn.
Thank you.
Hello.
And I need to fix his microphone.
Yeah, I don't think we can hear you. Okay, so now we're going to talk about... Should we copy this over?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Now we can hear you. There you go.
Yay. Okay. Hello, Torment. All right, guys. So if you get in front of your computer, sorry.
Hang on. Let me park my paint. I'm just worried that this... I have to do that. This is the part that where the paint dries fast. Paint dries fast. Okay.
Don't worry, I have Kitty to keep me company.
It's all good. I'm just putting a little cup on top of the cup so it'll stop drying. Okay. What am I doing? All right. What am I doing?
All right. So I'm going to show you on my server. So in the... All right. So if you go to like GS Davis Art, you know, you have this drop down here.
Okay, yeah.
So you should be able to go to server settings, and you have apps, integrations. I don't have any bots added to mine, but you should have the Restream bot.
You can see both of them here.
All right, give me a second here. Let me try to do this. Come in. There we go. Let me move our stuff around.
There.
All right, so in Restream bot, there should be the option to click on one of them.
Oh, you can't see my page. Hang on. There we go.
All right.
So I've got manage on both of these, restream and restream.
Yep. Go to Restream bot, because I know that's the one, and click manage. And then it should show channels. And there's your text channel.
Yep.
So click on add channel, because you want to go ahead and add the channel first. So add channel.
Well, it's already,
And find the one that you want to add.
it's already on. That's the stream archive. This
Oh,
one.
okay. Stream archives. So you should be good. Should just then put it there.
That's what I did, and I X'd out all channels just in case.
Yeah.
However, back at wherever we are, you can see that it's still pouring all the information into the depth pond.
So try your other one. Go to the other bot on yours.
Oh, that was
So, yep, click that.
great to ding.
So up top, right by your name or your server name, the GS Davis Art up in the top.
Oh, there's a key.
And then you have the drop down to the that's now an X. So stop clicking on things until I tell you to click. There you go. Integrations, and then check your Restream one. Yep. See how. So add that.
Yes.
And then save changes.
Done.
Okay. So give me a moment here.
Then try again.
Oh, yep, still showing up on the duck pond one.
Yeah. Wonder if it's over here. Okay, it's profile. Oh, wonder if it's streaming.
Could be coming from StreamYard.
I'll bet you it's Dreamcore.
Yeah.
Now try it. Not over there.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Still coming up here.
Yeah. It may just be something that needs to restart the stream too. because it's already connected to your current one. So tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see whether it works tomorrow morning.
Yeah. If not, then I'll have to do some more digging.
Yeah, well, I think it's the stream cord bot. That's interesting. Interesting. Make sure this is set up. Okay, good. All right. Thanks.
No problem. I was trying to get in the trying to figure it out on mine because I don't have stuff like that. I don't use those. So
I don't have it myself.
yep. All right. I will now leave the show.
Good night.
Night.
Hey, thanks, Brent.
No problem. Have a good one, you two.
Take it easy.
I'm like this big face now.
I hate the Clip Studio has to work so hard when using the text tool.
Yeah, I know. The old one did. The new one's faster. They've fixed it in a
I
lot
think
of
it's
ways.
worse. I think it's worse.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like it got a lot faster. But that may have been me. Or I might have just been like, oh, this is so cool. Version 2 is so much awesomer.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it's the same.
That or it's just me and using too many layers and too much stuff. I mean, I don't know. There's 3 layers in this file. There's no reason it should have taken 45 seconds to do anything.
Yeah. Like, maybe it was me and how long this is. And you're looking at it, you're like, maybe it's not. And I'm a menace tonight.
That's okay. We forgive you.
I'm like, I keep going way off out of my lines, way off here. Make me have to come back in here and manually scrape off paint. Hi, Mute Midori. Good to see you this evening. It's working on cells here, yep. Got it.
Right? That's actually why I do it, is because this is such a ridiculously lost art now that it is. It's kind of nice to still do stuff that in this lost art. Like I said, I'm a menace tonight. Making errors. I'm going to go back and clean up.
Alright, let me get a screenshot of what this book looks like.
It really is, though, but it's so relaxing, too. I mean, like, it's so nice to do these things in there the old way and sort of still do the old art. Even if I've used some modifications of the techniques, of course, to bring it up to the modern day. Still kind of nice. So just get in here. The old smell of acrylic paint. I'll always be an old school animator at heart. I was talking to Brent at a compliance meeting tonight. That's why I was late to start. You guys can hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure. So yeah, I had this horrible compliance meeting. It wasn't horrible. I actually like my coworkers. It was only horrible because they were announcing that we didn't do so good in compliance last year. So this year, we're going to have even more paperwork that we can screw up.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I love me some people.
I even said that to them. I said the irony is that we weren't good at compliance last year, and so now we have more paperwork. It's not lost on me as the individual who is most worried about like getting screwed up on the paperwork. I am an excellent teacher. My kids love me, the kids love class, and since it's driving school, the fact that I can make it interesting enough that the kids actually like it puts me in like the top 3 teachers in the school, and we're a big school. So it's not that I have a problem with. I'm getting the data to the kids. The kids are getting the job, understanding the course curriculum. It's the damn compliance paperwork. Dumb things like they have to write in pencil and I have to write in only blue pen. I cannot write in any other color than blue. Yeah, and if I do, I'm out of compliance. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just a ridiculous, stupid law.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't understand how to read numbers or something. I don't know. But it aggravates me because it's the one thing I'm really bad about. I don't do rules for rules' sake very well to begin with. I need to kind of know the why and agree with it. Just a minute. Like, can you paint a straight line, guy? Apparently the answer tonight is no.
It's overrated.
Right. Who needs straight lines? Well, yeah, I am not good at compliance paperwork, which is ironic. I spent my first real step into the career world was as a reports analyst, reporting on people who are not in compliance. So the irony of that is not lost on me either.
So I'm just working on a boring presentation, so.
Almost as bad as compliance paperwork.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be my first YouTube video back, so I'm trying to make sure I do a good job.
Works for me. Your YouTube videos rock, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
it did polls, and everyone was like, "I want to see paneling videos." I'm like, "Okay, it's not fancy, super exciting stuff, but okay."
No, but the fact that manga has actually different width and height is something that is a big deal.
Yeah, a lot of people underestimate how important it is. And I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, this book I've been reading, the Shonen Jump Guide to Making Manga. Oh my god, I just found out about this book like a few weeks ago, and it is amazing stuff I never thought about. So hopefully, just that book alone will be like worthwhile to people. You know,
Yeah.
so that people can like learn some things and like I actually had someone like I'm in a YouTube server and a couple YouTube servers, and I was talking to someone and they're like, why would you tell people like it's like I it's good to quote your sources, but they're like, why would you do it in such a way that it makes them not need you anymore?
Yep.
If they don't need me, that's great, then I did my job.
Yep. It's the same thing with driving in school. I don't want you coming back to me. If you're coming back to me, yeah, driving sucky.
Right? Yeah, if people have to come back to me, then that means that I wasn't clear in something. Or maybe there's something new that I'm talking about that they don't know. So like my job is to empower people, not make them dependent on me.
Well, and there's a certain amount of, I mean, this is another one of those blips in capitalism. Nothing you can do about it, but it is a thing. And that is, you can educate your people away from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, you can.
If you're educating and you're doing your job, then you no longer get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a certain amount of, oh, well, we should continue to educate only to a certain degree so that we can keep getting paid.
So the treatment, not the cure.
Yep.
That is not me.
No, me neither. However, I am going to start doing, I did talk to my boss about doing YouTube videos on driving.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, as long as you aren't teaching kids, or the intention isn't to teach kids, you should be fine. And I'm like, nah, my YouTube the intention is going to be on, hey, did you know that this is something you're probably doing, but you're not doing it right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be my design. That, and did you know that the first stoplight was invented in 1880? Didn't know that, did you?
1880, no.
Yep, in London. It was actually a horrible disaster. So there we go. As in, it didn't work.
You tried.
Yeah, they got the tried trophy.
The tried trophy.
I'm using literally dentist tools on this. I swear.
Hey, if it works, it works. Don't question it.
It does.
Ah, here we go. Of course, it's at the very top. Okay. All right, now let's transform these.
What I bought these guys for. Not bad. Yeah, that looks good.
That does look good.
Number 1 down. So I think he's ready for the major league, or at least ready to sit over in the corner and dry for a bit.
How much are you gonna sell this for?
I think 30. My plan.
30, that's it for all that work?
You think it should be more?
Yeah, you could easily charge 50, 60 for something like that. 75, 100 maybe? How many hours did you put into that? 3 days worth of work? All that drawing?
Well, yeah. I mean, I could see that. I just feel like nobody would buy it if it was 75. This is the old problem of I sell my stuff for a amount of money that it's respectable and nobody buys it. The same problem I'm having with the people who are saying if you do fan art, you're not doing your own art. You should do your own art. I do my own art and nobody buys anything. So I did the right thing. I'm not doing fan art, and well, nobody's buying it either.
Maybe there was a reason I was asking.
So, okay, I think you're almost ready. Come on, work with me here. There we go.
That is adorable. Wow.
I think he's good. I think now that I've got so is a red. It's a little shinier than it needs to be. Of course, it's a spell, so that's that.
That is so cool. Wish I could learn how to do stuff like that.
I teach it to you.
How do you even learn those skills? How do you even learn something like that?
That's back in the days when you had an animation degree and they thought you actually were going to do this for the rest of your life.
Oh, you mean my animation degree?
Yeah, except that they didn't teach you that because they had already figured out by the time you were there that this wasn't the future.
Yeah, they thought it was going to be all digital, so I only learned digital 3D. I only learned 3D animation and a little bit of 2D animation. Like we went through. Oh, what's that book called? Animation, the basic principles, and layout and design made amazingly simple. Those are the books that we used to learn.
I see. Oh no. We have made a critical error.
What did you?
So, one of the things we do is a second pass with watered down paint. And it looks, I think this thing's ruined. Damn it. And the paint pooled. I don't have any spaces left.
Oh, what kind of that paint is probably water or lighter fluid soluble.
It's water soluble. And I'm just gonna have to do that's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say when I worked in printing, one of the things that I could use to take ink off was lighter fluid. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, but lighter fluid might not be good on acetate.
Oh, that's right, it's acetate. Yeah, that it'll eat right through it. Maybe. Well, let me see. Let me Google it.
No, it's coming off. It's just coming off slowly. It's fine. Man. The problem we've got is these guys are going to be on the table day after tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So it says
we don't have a lot of time to bork with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have time to let it sit for a day or two and. Yep, we got cell animation, sort of.
I was gonna say, lighter fluid will take it off without damaging it. You have to use a microfiber cloth though.
Yep.
If you're gonna use lighter fluid. And the rest will evaporate. Just make sure like you do it in like a vented area if you ever use it, because that's what I use in printing. Hey Apple, what's up? How you doing? You came back. I'm not drawing at the moment, Apple. My apologies. I'm working on some manga like tutorial thingy. Oh yeah, Apple here does animation. You two would probably have a good time talking to each other.
Yar.
If anyone creates animation with paper on pegs and a pencil, hell yeah, people still do that. Pencil tests are still a thing, especially in big studios. What they usually do is they'll use them just for like loose storyboarding and stuff. They still use it. In fact, at Ringling, I went to Ringling College of Art and Design. In fact, when the Disney studio shut down, the 2D studio shut down, Ringling College bought their spinning desks. And so the animation students at Ringling use Disney's old turntables for classes. And I know because I got to use them. I wasn't an animation student, but I had an animation degree, so I was able to like go in with some of my friends and like just practice like doing animation and stuff with them. It was really cool. I can see why they did it. It made drawing so much easier.
On the Disney Channel, Disney Plus, there is the Art Behind the Magic or something like that. It's a documentary, and they just bring in different. I don't know if this is going to work, guys. We may have really borked these cells, and I'm going to be so sad.
I'm telling you, lighter fluid guy. I'm telling you.
Well, yes, but it's not that. It's hard to see. But what we've got a problem with is you can kind of see that it's smeared. And I don't know if I can get it.
Like the black ink underneath is smeared?
No, the white paint has made it's fogged up. It's fogged
so
up.
So let it dry. Let it dry a little bit, and then put the lighter fluid on it.
Well, hey, I don't have lighter fluid, so that's going to be an issue. I do have alcohol. I just don't have lighter fluid.
Yeah, not Kent. Brent says you can always send it to me for epoxy testing.
Yep.
That's such a shame.
I mean, really, honestly, I've got ammonia right here. In the form of Windex.
Yeah, hand-drawn animation is definitely alive. The problem with Ringling though is like all the students are required to do a 3D model animation for their final. That's the downside about Ringling. There was a student in my year who wanted to do a 2D animation. So he basically quit his animation degree, his animation degree, became an illustration student, and then did a 2D animation for his senior thesis as an illustration student. So that he could still get away with it.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. The dude works for Rooster Teeth now, so.
Hey, it works for me.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I just added to this entire... part of the problem is, over the last year or so, my office has gotten progressively messier and progressively more sloppy and messy, and there's now no longer any horizontal surface of which to lay out 12 cells.
So what has happened is I have been putting them in all these places over here to set them down and let them dry. And when they do, they are dripping because they're not level. They're sitting at an angle or whatever, and they're dripping. So I'm paying dividends now because all these cells are just kind of messed up. Because this one just slid into the other one and now has paint on this corner, all over this corner on the front face of the cell. Because it just slid down the hill into this other one. And I'm sitting there going, are any of these salvageable anymore? I mean, like, is there anything I can do short of... I mean, like, it's getting to the point now where just going back and reprinting them tomorrow might be better. Starting all over again. I'm just frustrated. That's all.
That's what they invented out. Like, if you hold it in, that's not good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, figured.
It is frustrating when you see all your hard work go to ash like that. It is frustrating.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You have every right to be frustrated.
Yeah. Never mind. Surrender. I surrender. I give up. The problem we've got is if I do this tomorrow, the paint will be like rock. So I can't wait until tomorrow. I have to do it right now. So if I don't get it off of here right now, this second, it'll turn into rock. And it'll be impossible to get off without tearing the cell, the acetate. It has to be done while it's still kind of malleable.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. The Japanese are better animators than here in the West. I don't know if it's necessarily that they're better animators. They're just going about things in different ways. And I don't necessarily think that constitutes being better than the West.
I mean, my feeling generally has been that they're better than us only in the fact that culturally their dedication is a trait that they are known for, and therefore they feel obligated to work 30 hours a day, So they work tirelessly where they really shouldn't, but they are anyway. Miyazaki once said, and he's not wrong. In fact, Miyazaki once said, and I will do this.
I know where you're going.
Right?
Right? Yep, I knew exactly that's what was coming up.
I mean, like, he says it, and it's so important that I put it in here.
Yep.
So I automatically click the button. So, yeah. Okay.
And part of it is the West is moving away from 2D, and there's a nostalgia for that 2D animation. So like, I don't know if it's necessarily that it's better, but we remember the other more fondly. Right. So I think there's also some part of that as well.
There's a certain amount of all kinds of stuff that happens here because of this. Certainly. Okay. So, we do have one completed GG cell. So, we have one completed GG cell, and this cell didn't warp or distort. So, this could be two completed GG cells. Woo! And that would at least mean that I could come back Saturday night if I had to and do it again and do more if they were selling like hotcakes or whatever.
Miso, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Here we go. You having a good day, Miso?
printed 5 of these, so that should give me far more than enough of these guys to be able to at least have 2 or 3 on the table. I don't usually sell a lot of them, but usually what I sell are those kitten buses, so I figured a GG or 2 might sell pretty well as well.
I'm sure, yeah. GG is one of my favorites.
Right?
I love GG.
It's the only time that I actually really like the American dub over the Japanese version.
My only complaint is the song that's in the English version isn't in the Japanese version. I love that song, the I'm gonna fly.
Yeah, what's so funny is the version that I've got just got a direct dub.
Mm-hmm.
So it has all of the original songs in Japanese.
I have the storyboard book for Mononoke. And so I love like watching the movie with the storyboards. And I think in the version that I have, they actually have a storyboard version of the movie where they actually just show the boards with the audio.
Yeah, I've got that version for Beauty and the Beast, the 1991 New York Film Festival version.
It's so good to watch those. They're so fascinating.
Yeah, so Beauty and the Beast was not complete for 1991 Film Festival. And so they showed it as it was with just the animatics or storyboards in wherever applicable. Mm-hmm. And so it's one of the most fascinating versions of it because it goes, you'll see this scene and it'll be storyboard, animatic, full animation, and then storyboard. Because it's just cool. Whatever was complete at the time they put in there. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't all complete, and so it's just one of those, just knowing how the old animation ways were done.
Let's see. No, sorry, go ahead. Finish your thing. Your thought.
And what's so weird about the world today, and it still is weird to me, is I used to do a panel at NDK on how animation was done. And I used that particular video from Beauty and the Beast as an example. And now I use it in a different panel, which is how old animation used to be. And that is so weird. I've been at NDK for so long. My panels are still using the same material, but they're using the material for old crap now. This is how it used to be when I was a kid. Back in my day,
Yeah, you can use them. You literally get to use it back in my day.
Yeah, I mean, like, it really is. It's so wild.
Oh, Apple asked, Guy, what do you think of Disney's upcoming Wish? I've heard that they're making the movie using hand-drawn paper animation mixed with CGI.
I saw the preview of that when I went and saw Elementals, which was adorable, by the way, because Pixar is adorable. I went and saw Elementals, and Wish was just before that, and I'm like, well, I know what I'm going to the theater to see. Because I'm looking at it, and it was gorgeous.
I haven't seen any trailers or preview or anything for it yet.
And it's exactly what it looks like. It looks like they're using paper, and I don't know. My first thought was they've got some kind of thing on their 2 or 3D animation where they're just an extension or something.
Oh, like Okami.
Yeah, but it's apparently they're actually really doing stuff, and I'm in. I am so in. Why is Raph calling? Oh, I can't. Oh, crap. Raph! Damn it. Because as soon as I do this, now I will not see any more. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Raph doesn't call it 10:30 unless it's
Yeah, I was saying, if he's calling, it's important. Whoops. Godsbane 2022 exports. Chapter 2. Is there another example where I have borderless pages? Okay. Actually, let me see if I have one where it something sits on top of the panel. Let's see. Let's do that instead. That way, I have 2 samples of each. I don't have too many examples of that. I don't do it very often. Looks like I only have one other example of that. Well, one that's good. Gotta be careful with which ones I pick. Heaven forbid I piss off the YouTube overlords. My dangerously obscene artwork. There we go. Alright, now I have samples of, let's see, I have 2 samples of no panels, 2 samples of overlapping. Alright, I think I'm done with the bait with the first one. Just going over, oh, I didn't talk about Yonkoma. I guess I can talk about Yonkoma on this page. Yonkoma is just a variation of this. Just, I mean, technically, Yondangumi is a variety of Yonkoma, technically. Technically. Oh wait, Yonkoma doesn't have, it's not, there we go, Yonkoma. Four coma, there we go. Yondangumi, Sandangumi. Coolio. Alright, save this. Alright, cool. Alright, I think I'm ready for the first presentation. Hopefully people will like these YouTube videos. I'll show you guys what I'm working on. So I've got a presentation. It'll be my first YouTube video back. I'll be going over Komawari, what it is, how it works, as well as the different types of manga grids, the basic panel layouts, and like if you see empty spaces, that's because I plan on writing stuff there. Blockage, what it is, how it works, why it matters, and then going over things like gutters, wuxem, and then like how like what the actual like thicknesses are recommended by Jump, rough pages versus dense pages. This is sort of like a follow-up to the first panel. And then going over like ideas on how you can structure pages that don't have panel borders. So it'll be kind of like the first guide into paneling. It's like a multiple part guide. And then the next parts will be about like the different panel types, like naname, matsuku, ma, misegoma, hikigoma, mekurigoma, all that good stuff. And then I can't decide if I want Kishoten kits to be its own video, or if I like want to add Kishoten kits into the paneling video. What do you guys think? Do you think it would be better to have that be like its own video and have have an own God English cat have a video talking about Kishoten kits initially by itself, and then at the end go back and say, well, now that we've learned about Kishoten kits and Komawari, like let's learn how to combine them together in the latter half of the video. What do you guys think? If you're talking, guy, I can't hear you. Can you guys hear me? Okay, yeah, I can see my thing moving. Viewers, what do you guys think? What would you rather see? Would you rather see me talk about Kishoten kits when I'm talking about paneling, or make it its own video? I'll probably make it all in the same document anyway. That way it's all in one place. Oh, sorry, guy. I mean, you have to do that just to talk. Hello.
There we go.
Sorry, guy. You didn't have to do that just to chat with me. Sorry.
Didn't have to do what?
Make a, like, add in another thing just to be able to talk. My bad.
Oh, well, originally, the real thing is that I have my phone over here so I can read the comments on the comment screen. So I use my phone, like, it's kind of hard to see, but there you go. I use my phone with the comments screen out.
Oh, I
like
see.
that. So I can read the comments. Otherwise, I can't read the comments and I have no idea what you guys are saying.
Oh, they weren't saying it. They haven't responded to me yet.
I know.
I
But
scared
they
them.
were talking earlier and stuff like that. You probably were watching while I was talking to Raph. You probably were watching me work on my work here. It's kind of funny.
I probably scared them away. Too much knowledge.
Again.
Yeah. Gonna make their heads explode.
So it looks like I've got at least 2 perfectly solid GGs that are in good shape. They're not messed up.
GG.
They look fine. There's no issue.
Aw.
So
Welcome back, muted.
there we go. Oh, a shower really actually sounds horribly nice right now.
Right?
It's like still 500 degrees everywhere. Like, what's going on? What is the deal?
Mm-hmm. I was working on this Kishoten Kits document, and I asked the question if people would want to see. So I have the plan. I'm making plans for 3 different videos, and to make standards. People want standard content again. And I've learned a lot since I got back, or since I learned a lot while I was away from YouTube. So I'm sharing that knowledge, and so I'm going to make 2 Komomari videos. I'm going to break it up into 2 parts, because it is a lot of information.
Komomari is really hard to understand. So I'm glad you're doing that.
Yeah, so I'm going to break it down into 2 parts. And then, but the third part I'm not sure about. So the third part I wanted to ask is, like, how does it all relate to, how does Komomari relate to Kishoten kits? And so I was wondering if people wanted the stuff about Kishoten kits to be in the first paneling video, but I kind of want to teach people about Mise, Goma, Ma, Naname, Masugu. Like, I want them to learn about all the different types of panels before I teach them about Kishoten kits.
I mean, the thing is, you said something about Mise Goma once, and I was like, "Aw," and that changed my entire paneling procedure.
Yeah, so I probably should teach them the panels first.
Yeah, you should probably go on ahead, and with Mise Goma, that should be the core of what you're teaching, because that is probably that was the most fundamentally changing thing that happened to me. And of course, I don't know if you knew this, but this happened between issue 2 and issue 3 of my current comic. So actually, I had to go back and redo issue 2, and then I went back and I paneled in issue 3 with Mise Goma, and it's such a phenomenally different way of thinking about things, and the way of thinking about paneling
I highly recommend you start there before you even
Okay.
go into paneling, because that's a concept change. Mise being the looking at panel, the panel that you look at, it's the center point or the meaning of this page. And the thing is that I've noticed that for me anyway, I was thinking of page writing in a linear fashion, right? So panel 1 is story A, or is part of, is the two characters talking about this thing. And then panel 2 is them continuing to talk about this thing. And panel 3 is them continuing to talk about this thing. And panel 4 is the continuing to talk about this thing. And then you were talking about the hikigoma. And when you talk about the hikigoma, that makes total sense too. But then you're starting to kind of go, okay, well, I know that I kind of want to put a little bit of a cliffhanger here on this last panel. So I'm going to break up my dialogue a little bit to kind of make it so that it's a little bit of a cliffhanger so you go to the other side. But then now you're not properly following the concept of a hikigoma. And so like, that was what was happening with me. It was like I was getting some of what you were saying, but then you talked about the Misegoma and that being the focus panel.
Yeah.
And really what you want is that to be the hit of the page. What's the core of the page? Well, that changed writing. That changed how I was writing the page.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, well, no, I mean in a good way.
Yeah,
but I mean, all of a sudden, you can't just run this page with whatever. You have to, you no longer really have like wasted pages in a way. So like you don't have those pages where you're like, I just need to have them talk for 2 hours. Because what you realize is that when you're having them talk for 2 hours, they're not getting anywhere.
Yeah. No, they're not actually doing anything.
So, it's like, and so having the Misegoma just changed everything in the way that I operate, in the way that I run my story building and writing and everything. So it was very, very useful. But I am not kidding when I say I think you should lead with Misegoma.
Okay, yeah. Then what I'll probably do is I'll probably go through all of the panels, and then I'll cover Misegoma. I'll cover Ma Naname. Well, I'll probably cover the Naname and Masugu panels. That way I have like oblique panels, standard panels. Then I'll cover Ma because that's a really good point to put Ma in. Like,
yeah.
And then I'll go over Mekurigoma, Hikigoma, and then Mekurigoma, and then after like we have our page turn in, because as soon as you turn into the new page, we're like, wait, there's one more panel that we need to talk about, which is Misegoma. And then from there, that could be a good lead into, all right, now we're going to talk about how all of these panels work together. So in the next video, we're going to talk about Kisho Tenketsu. That way there's a break to digest all of those different panel types.
Yeah, but be sure you land with, okay, don't start writing yet.
Yeah, don't start writing it. Yeah.
You'll need the next video. You really need the next video. Because like that was the thing, right? Once I learned Misegoma, I was like, I shouldn't have started writing. You know what I mean? Because like now I'm like, oh no, this is much cooler, much better.
You were ready.
And I'm like, now I got to go back and redo everything. So yeah, make sure you land at the end there by saying, and now don't start writing yet.
Right. Let's see. I'm gonna add in another page. All right. So we have Naname, Masku, Ma, Mikuri, Goma, Hikigoma, Misegoma. Need one more page. I'll probably have a page for each panel. That way I can have examples and stuff. Or have enough pages for sample pages. And what's nice about is by making this, I'll have it already ready for any conventions that I travel to and make this presentation again.
Yeah. All right.
Because, like, I feel like these panels, they exist in Western comics, but they aren't thought of to this degree.
Right. That's what I was saying. Is like traditional comics, we do sort of in a different way, right? I mean, the way we do the traditional comics is we just kind of start going from one side to the other and just roll down the line as fast as we can. And sometimes that means you just got rambling pages.
Mm-hmm.
And the structure of this comes out so much differently.
Yeah.
You know, you're concentrating not just on your story, you're concentrating on, you know, how do people read and interact and interface with my story?
Yeah.
So it becomes a little bit more intellectually driven on that part, because you're looking at the interface. And that's cool, in my opinion.
Maskugoma, and we have Goma, and then Mekuri Goma. Oh, it'd be Hiki Goma first.
Hiki?
Hiki Goma, Mekuri Goma, and Mise Goma. Alright, what I'll do is I'll split this into into two sets. That way, the page doesn't look so overwhelming.
Yep. So tomorrow morning's show will be really truncated. Sorry, guys. I have a friend who's flying in from Orlando tomorrow morning at 10. And they were like, hey, can you pick me up? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Then, if that wasn't weird enough, my other buddy said, hey, one of our kids, because we've got kind of like shared kids now, one of our kids needs a ride from the School of Mines tomorrow after school. Okay, no problem. I can go do that. And then Raph just called and said, we've got a problem. I need a ride up to Fort Collins Comic-Con tomorrow. And I'm like, damn it. I'm just literally going to be in my car all day.
Oof. My goodness.
That's like what I'm doing. I'm just going to get in my car in the morning and just stay in it all day. Guys taxi service. It's all right. I mean, as a driving instructor, one of the reasons I'm a driving instructor is because I actually love driving quite a bit. And I don't like driving in rush hour, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I just grumble at it because I can't get to where I'm going. But it's just a grumble. I know that there are people who genuinely get anxiety driving in rush hour, so rather me than them. Anxiety is not a good thing to be driving with.
Right?
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I get anxiety for all kinds of things. Nothing, the least of which is jumpy, scary movies. Which is why I don't watch jumpy, scary movies. So there.
5 minutes remain.
5 minutes remain. She says very loudly. Computer, volume 50%. Like, really, that was really super loud. Why? All right. Well, we're going to let you dry. But I think that one's going to be fine. And I got a background for it. Which, once I get rid of all these little white spots, there's now a ton of little white spots all over the place. Oh. It's gonna be rough to clean this guy tomorrow.
cleaning solution over here on this side. Thank you. Sorry. Very apparent for the spray color as soon as you put them against the black background. Like you can see them all over the place. They're everywhere. Ugh. Wheel. Okay. All right. I think the rest of this I can just let dry. I should be able to pull the rest of this off tomorrow. I just now realized the problem with having a black cat in these pictures. If you go over the lines, boy, oh boy, you can really see it. All right. Let you sit. I'll wash you out. I'll wash you out. I'll be right back.
He
Alrighty. That's pretty much it for us for the day, I think. I'll move back to my main post.
Gonna go hang out for a bit, get ready for bed.
I'll move back to here where I can turn the volume up on my speakers and stuff. Oof, 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 oof. Hey, Merrick. I think Merrick shows up right at like Eric, we're about to log out for the day. Hope you're doing good. I can't hear.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. That's why I can't hear you. You get, gotcha.
Sorry, I was just being quiet.
Armored Core, yeah. Mech games, I agree. I am prepping for a convention, so I'm making a whole bunch of cells. So, don't blame you for loving mech games. So, okay, well, I am going to set myself up for the main here and do this, because that always looks weird when we do it the other way. We're coming up on Fort Collins Comic-Con, which is this weekend. At the end of Fort Collins Comic-Con, then I have one day, and then the next day is NandesCon for me, because I'm a director, so I move in on Tuesday. So Tuesday at noon, I move all of my stuff to the Gaylord Rockies, which is this big, huge, massive monster hotel here, because NDK is huge. So there'll be that. It says outside that it's 23 degrees, and then it says temperatures plummet, but it's not plummeting. Like 23 degrees. Yeah, probably just too far away for you. I agree. I mean, I don't know where you are, but I think I'm cooling my. Oh, yeah. East side of the Midwest. I will be tabling at Fort Collins. I'm not tabling at NDK. I'm a director, so I'll be working NDK. So that's going to be. But I did get my super nuclear green vests and stuff like that. I want to go out after the cons are over. I want to go out and start my YouTube channel where I'm going to talk about driving. And one of the things I want to do is go out and film traffic lights, because one of the things people get confused by is traffic lights. So I figured if I would discuss what a traffic light does and have the video of it, it'd be great. But then I was like, but if I stand on the side of the road with a camera, people are going to start going, is he trying to film my kid or something?
Yeah,
so I went out and got a yellow vest, one of those high visibility vests that make you think you're part of a construction crew. Because I'm not actually really trying to do anything of the sort. I'm really interested in just the lights. So I figure if I have a vest on, people will not honk at me or anything stupid like that either. They'll leave me alone. So anyway, that's my thought. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So tomorrow, so there's basically going to be no evening.
There's
Sunday too.
So yeah, tomorrow will be.
So I know there's something on Friday usually. I'm checking about Sunday.
Friday day.
Mhm.
There's a day stream, but not a night stream.
Okay.
So anyway, there's never a night stream on Fridays because usually I go over to my buddy's house and we watch Star Trek.
Right. Yeah, I know that there's no like Friday night usually.
Yeah. So that means then, of course, obviously no Sunday or Saturday stream, but Sunday night I'll be back and I'll tell you what happened.
Cool. Yeah, gonna need the deets.
So, alrighty. Well then, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to bed. I got a long day tomorrow, full of a lot of driving. Apparently, who knew? So, hope you all have a great evening and everything like that. And Masugu Goma, the straight.
Mm-hmm.
I like Masugu because it's such a great word. Masugu, straight.
Yeah.
Just keep going straight.
That S like messes me up because I want to say Masugu and it's like Masugu.
Right,
Masugu.
but there's two S's in there. Masugu.
Yeah. So you just like hold the S basically, and I'm used to like stopping the sound when there's a double consonant, but with the S you hold it, and it messes me up. It's like. So yeah, it's funny.
You go straight down this road, straight.
It's funny because it's an S. It's an S.
Konomichiwa. Masugu.
Masugu. Yeah.
Ikimasu. De. Soshite.
Nani? Tell me.
喫茶店で右が回ります。回ってください。
Something about the right side, something, straight,
right?
something.
So you go
right
down
side.
this road. You go straight down this road till you get to the coffee shop. At the coffee shop, take a right. You have to turn right.
I heard coffee shop and I heard straight and I heard right, so I'm sure I could have figured it out.
Yep.
Yay! I'm not useless.
No, of course not. Konomichiwa. Masugu ne. Masugu. There was this old guy, and I was talking to him one day, and I was trying to get directions. And you have to understand that the city I was in was all like convoluted and twisted. And that was what he did. It just cracked me up. He was like, Konomichiwa. Masugu, and he'd like squint when he did Masugu. It was like he was doing like the church thing, you know, that you see like some preachers do when they're like, blah, blah, blah. He was doing the same thing. Masugu ni
like that.
Right? It was so cute.
He
was like 4'1" or something. You know what I mean? I'm like,
that's adorable.
He's so cool. I really never had a problem while I was there. I enjoyed my time there excessively. And they were just so cute. So anyway. And I know that if I go there again, I'll just come back with one of those little trucks. It'll just happen. I will have accidentally purchased it somehow while I was there, and I'll just have to load it in my luggage and bring it back.
I will be sure to send you plenty of reminders to get your truck.
Right? Those trucks are so cute.
Of course they are.
They're
That's
so
how they get you.
Cute.
That's how they get you to spend money.
Right? That's how they get you to buy them. It's because they're adorable. I just found out that like the Suzuki Carry is a 2-cylinder. It's not even a 4-cylinder engine.
Oh my Lanta.
It's a little 2-cylinder in there.
Just a wee
I know
little
it won't even
skeleton.
climb up mountains. It's so cute. So just.
I'll
so
just say you
cute.
wouldn't be able to use that thing here.
I know, right? I'm like,
Not in Colorado.
there'll be some places you just can't even take it. I'll have to like,
My freaking Honda would be better than that.
right? Oh man.
That actually kind of makes it cuter, not gonna lie. So it's a foothills only truck.
Yep. So, okay, guys, I really should go to bed now. I'm
Yeah, go to
already
bed.
thinking of little trucks over here, and I'm like, ooh, they're so cute.
You're not even in Japan yet. Calm down.
I know. I know. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for joining us, Merrick. I appreciate you, and Midori, of course, and Brent, and Apple Pretz. And look at all these people who were here while I was gone talking to Goofus. And he just needs a ride too. And I'm like, oh man. So there's Brent and everybody like that. That's what we've gotten on the show tonight. And thank you all for joining us. And of course, thank you for joining me, Jackson. And I really
Yes.
appreciate your assistance on this. And I will see you on Sunday night, because that's our
Right,
next
yep.
night show for you. And then
Yep, I'll see you Sunday night.
yeah, have a wonderful weekend, my friend. Enjoy your weekend. And everybody
Yeah.
else, enjoy your weekend as well. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye.
Good night.